It's my huge pleasure to give you an educational on one of my absolute favorite topics. And I do hope, and I heard some feedback from some of you, that, like you said, Henrik, voice mastery is something you hopefully are most interested in. Because we're all Toastmasters, or most of us, we are Toastmasters. And when we look at all the things we can do before a speech, and particularly while delivering a speech, this is the area where most people do not pay enough attention to. And there are so many ways to influence how people perceive you. So today, the educational will be around 20 minutes, plus minus. It will be an educational, not me lecturing you something. By no means. You will do the work. So I would like to invite you to fully participate, to play full out, because I brought some very cool exercises to train 3 of the most important aspects of your voice, of your vocal variety. And as a recap, we all know that there are many aspects. The top 8 are the volume, how loud, not so loud I'm speaking, depending on the audience. The rate, when I'm speaking with, am I too fast? Like I quite often get the comments, or do I speak so slowly that people really fall asleep? Speaking slowly and very silent is a no-go here for Toastmasters, so I will stop that. That's the second thing. The pitch, how low or high I can use my voice. Then the articulation. Dialect is number 6. And I missed, of course, the pronunciation. How do I pronounce things? Using pauses. And last but not least, the vocal variety. And for today, I will focus with 3 exercises on 3 of the main aspects, which I think most of us have the most issues with. And this is how to use best our vocal variety, how to use best the pitch, and thirdly, how to articulate better. So just raise your hand who do not like to exercise at all, who do not want to follow me. Thank you very much, that's great. I should have asked the other question. So who's here to play full out and to learn something? Excellent. And who's here to have some fun tonight in the next 20 minutes? Okay, that's good. So how come it's possible? 2 more. Excellent. Great. 3 parts of this education. First, and there's a metaphor, an analogy, talking about articulation, analogy. Vocal mastery, or you're training your vocal voice, is very much like training any other muscle. So when we talk about our vocal cords here, we can just think about if we exercise. Somebody eventually might train for a marathon, exercising your leg muscles. What do you do first before you start running?
Warm up.
You warm up, exactly. So we warm up too. Secondly, you will exercise. And thirdly, what we do in the end of every exercising thing, we will cool down. Exactly. So to warm up, you did already the first part. Very important for any aspect, giving any speech or presentation, is to breathe. So just have another few breaths, and you can breathe very shallow, like we do in the Western world. Just here in the chest and a little tent. It's okay to survive, but it's not okay, certainly, to talk for 7 minutes, for half an hour, or for longer time. So we need the energy. Our muscles do need what to perform? All our muscles need oxygen, exactly. So if we breathe deeply into our bellies, it's a good exercise. Just try that for a few times. We'll need that later. Exactly. And while you're doing that, enjoying yourself, yes, exactly, yeah. We want to loosen up a bit our muscles here in our face, exactly. Loosen up our mouth, making all kinds of silly noises. Talk about noise and silence, noise. Particularly in our tongue, Try to mimic me, just use the tongue. Power out, and circle.
Only you on the camera, right?
I have hidden cameras all over. Exactly, very, very good. And just mute up everything. Yes. So you're having fun so far? You follow me? That's good. It's okay to have fun tonight. Nice. You can do this by the way, not only to increase, you will see later on why this is more super good, why this will help you, but also to reduce your nervousness. This is not what I will talk about today, but just have fun and relax yourself and enjoy yourself over here. Yeah, I did that when Hendrik joined half an hour ago before we started.
Yeah.
I did some crazy stuff. He said, "What are you doing, Moritz?" Yeah, I'm preparing for my own speech here. So this is just a side note. Let's get to a few exercises. Firstly, I want to focus on our natural frequency, our eigentone, or the pitch we use. Anybody knows what your eigentone, your natural frequency is? Yeah. Want to find out? Yes? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Good. So just continue your normal breathing, deep breathing. Good breathing is important. And imagine I tell something to you personally, and you are confirming what I'm saying. So you say, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Everybody, please. Mm-hmm. 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 You do that 5 times now, and every time you prolong the mm-hmm. 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 Once more. Okay. Just feel how that resonates within your whole body. Just one more. Good. Now go 1 octave. You go the octave higher. You go 1 octave higher. So. Okay, good. Good. Feels different? Yeah? And now deeper than your normal voice. Like how, yeah. Very good. How does it feel? Different. Huh? Go back to your, what do you think, the first one? Yeah? If you compare just these 3 different times you did it, what is most natural for you? Where's the most resonance? This is your eigentone, this is your natural frequency. Why do I tell that to you? Because there are lots of studies out there that actually say the lower you speak to people, the higher they perceive is your credibility. And the higher you speak in a very high voice, for some this is pleasant, but unfortunately many people just disregard those people as legit, as credible, and they have difficulties sometimes to listen to them. So therefore, one idea could be that we all try to lower our voice, but that's not what I want you to do, absolutely not. It is very important to have a vocal variety in a bandwidth, but therefore, bandwidth, you need to know what your eigentone is. Because I know many speakers, anybody knows Anthony Robbins, for example? Yeah, some of you? He always speaks like this, I want you to do this, and get the power, this really tremble with this voice. Do like this for days, for 16 hours a day. He's ruining his vocal cords. Yeah? So experts say this is not the way to go. It sounds cool, everybody says, oh, this is a great deep voice, but do not do this for a longer period. Rather practice what your eigentone is and just as an exercise. To get more resonance, just one quick exercise here on top. Instead of mm-hmm, we can say uh-huh, uh-huh, You feel that vibrating here in this area? Yeah, you're supposed to say yeah. Good. Very good. So thanks for playing out so far. That's just a quick exercise to get into it and to have some kind of idea what you will need for these other exercises, and you can use it for all of your speeches and whenever you speak actually. To really relax, have your eigentone, your natural frequency, and you can talk for hours in that pitch. Secondly, I would like to encourage you and engage you to practice a bit your articulation. That's eventually the most funniest part of the evening, at least of my speech here, because yeah, we are all one family here. Just enjoy yourself, and if you follow me, don't look around. And it's okay. So this is pretty frank.
I will definitely look around.
Exactly. I want you to repeat one sentence and to memorize a sentence. Very easy sentence. Good evening. Should I say? Good evening. So, good, that's too short. Good evening and a very warm welcome, my fellow Toastmasters. So all together. Good evening and a very warm welcome, my fellow Toastmasters. Thank you. I need 3 volunteers now.
Oh well.
Whoa, 1 Ellen. Eleanor 2. It's not that hard. We will all do all exercises. We just pay attention to you. 1 more. Excellent. Can I just ask you, just like you did it 30 seconds ago, repeat the sentence in your normal voice, just say it like you do. We all listen closely to what he's saying.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters.
Very good. Hello.
Good evening and a warm welcome, dear fellow Toastmasters.
Very nice.
Good evening and warm welcome, my fellow Toastmasters.
Excellent. Just have this as a reference point, huh? How they did it. Because now we will do all together some exercises, and later on we will check in with them. Has anything changed, or was it just a funny mix of time? We'll see. So the first thing I would like to do is to put your tongue, and you can just mimic me here. You put your tongue to the upper left, behind the last teeth or tooth. Okay. And you keep it there. And just say good evening, and you're very warm welcome after your Toastmasters. Do this. Good evening. Excellent. And I would like to, like Henrik said, we can applaud for ourselves for it.
Yeah.
There are 9 positions. We could do this for the next half an hour. I won't do this, but a few more, just because we have so much fun, did we? So, upper right after the line. Good evening.
Man!
Very good. Very good. Now to the bottom left behind the last tooth. Good evening. Very good. Down right. Good evening. Nice. Now put your tongue behind the upper incisors here. Good
More I'm sweating.
Two more. Yeah. Now your tongue to the back of your arm. Good. One last. Yeah, you into that? Okay. Put your lower lip under like this and say good evening. So, how are you doing? Yeah, okay. Very good. Now, in you just don't think about what we just did. In your normal voice now, what your normal voice appears to be, just count very monotone. Don't think about variety from 1 to 10, I should say. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, nice. And that's good. Let me check in with our 3 volunteers at this stage. We'll come back to them in a few minutes. But may I just ask you, Alan, to tell us a sentence you have practiced so long?
Good evening and a very warm welcome, my fellow Toastmasters.
Okay, Eleanor.
Good evening and a very warm welcome, our fellow Toastmasters.
Good. Dominic.
Good evening and a very well.
Welcome.
Good evening and a very warm welcome, my fellow Toastmasters.
Seriously, did you notice, rather than that more fun, did you notice differences in their frequencies and how they use them? Did you hear that? It was more clear, at least to my ears, particularly with Alan, I could hear that, yeah. If you do these exercises for 5 or 10 minutes, you got a way better articulation, just naturally. You can do this for 5-10 minutes before a speech or practicing. You can check on video later on. It's a beer, all that. That's later on. Yeah, there's this hidden secret out you can also use. That's one thing. That really great exercise deep down. I can't do this right now because our time is limited. Very fun way, try that at home, is do any sentence you like. For example, the one we just practiced on only one vocal. For example, with an A. You can read or memorize that. It's even a good brain twister here. Gag avanang ma fala tas ma stas. Only on an A or an E. do this for 5 to 10 minutes, you will be surprised what a difference it made in your speech. Okay? So this was the second exercise. Now let's fast forward to the
But
third
what
one.
did you do to us so we couldn't pronounce? What did you do to us so we couldn't pronounce?
I just gave you the chance to sip some more of your beer. No, Dominic, no. Okay, for the third exercise, may I ask you to pass that around? This is actually a handout, brief handout for you with these 3 exercises, and I want you to turn it around on the second page, which starts with attain vocal variety.
Pretty sure.
We should have enough copies, a few more. Yeah.
Will you share with her?
While we pass it around,
And I was ready for the stage.
something you can remember. It's an easy one. Once you prepare or practice a bit, you can do this with me in a minute. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. So do it with me. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Not scream, not ice cream. There's nothing like an ice cream. Ice cream. Okay, good. So now everybody has a handout. So please turn it around where it says attain vocal variety. And that's a great thing. There's I think eight exercises or 8 very short sentences. We will read together, not all of them, a few. And I'll make an example. We try to associate fully with what those speaking emphasis exercises are. So the first one says, politician to the crowd. And I imagine I'm a politician and you are my crowd. Yeah? So how would I do it? And I promise that if I'm elected in November, I will work to reduce taxes, reduce crime, reduce unemployment, and reduce inflation. Maybe this is my interpretation of a politician talking to a crowd. You might have a completely different idea, but we talk about vocal variety, so I would like to invite not the 3 of you who already are volunteers, who would like to volunteer to be the irate parent to talk to their kids. The second example. Henry.
I want to know which one of you kids put the Barbie cloth in the toilet. How many times have I told you that you absolutely cannot push things down the toilet? Do you have any idea how much a plumber makes per hour?
Nice. Before we continue, why do we do this? You just noticed how he had a huge bandwidth of vocal variety in just these 2 or 3 sentences by reading something he never read before on the fly. It's amazing. You just read those 9 examples for yourself right now or later on, and then just automatically, you don't have to think and focus and concentrate on that. In your normal speech, your vocal variety bandwidth will automatically